And now we're talking about having trouble sleeping. It's difficult, but it's not what you think it might be. Maybe you just need some yoga. So we have Sheila here from Heart Song Yoga in East Longmeadow. You're going to help us improve our sleeping ability, our digestive ability, all by using yoga.
That's right. That's right. Do you want to talk about digestion first?
Let's do digestion first. So a lot of people think that having indigestion, they should take, a medicine for it, or maybe they had a bad scallop. But sometimes just a couple of moves will do.
It will. It will. Well, the things that keep the digestion process a little bit uneasy or uncomfortable tend to be foods that we eat, for sure. Maybe we're allergic to the foods that we eat or have a sensitivity, but we eat them anyways, right?
Because they're tasty.
Right, because they feel good, they taste good on the way down,
yeah,
right?
The scallops.
Also inactivity and sometimes, of course, stress.
So these things can all contribute to us, having that queasy feeling in our
The
stomach.
queasy, icky, bloated kind of things we don't want to talk about feeling, right?
True, but if we team it with a more positive outlook and some yoga, we can help aid digestion. Not necessarily cure it, but maybe just maybe
it can help it. And because yoga gets us moving, and some of the poses particularly target the digestive organs, it also helps to relieve stress, and then it makes you more mindful about what you eat, when you eat it, and how you feel afterwards. And that's really important to soothing.
Yeah, mindfulness is the name of the game. Now, these are low-impact moves, so if people are watching at home right now and maybe they had the bad scallop last night, they can get on the floor with us.
Yes.
So everybody, we'll give you 1 second. Get on the floor.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
So let's get on our backs. So you're going to lie down on your back, and I'll join you here and come up and down, but bring your knees towards your chest and let your hands rest on your knees.
I see this pose is done for a lot of different exercises.
Oh, I think that this is going to be interesting too, because so many of these poses help all kinds of different areas of the body. So let your shoulders and head relax.
Okay.
And this particularly, think about digestion, your belly. You're giving yourself a bit of a squeeze. It helps to stimulate digestion. Ascending colon is the right knee coming in, descending, little left knee coming in. It's called the wind relieving pose.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, for good reason.
Wink.
Get that? And now a twist. Twists are very soothing. Bring your knees over to the right. Let your shoulders relax. This helps to stimulate digestion. It tones the digestive process, and it helps to strengthen the digestive organs.
So a stronger core, in a sense, could help you digest better.
Always. And you just need to be moving. We need to be moving because, now bring your knees up and across. If your digestion is better, then your elimination is better. If your elimination is better, you're less toxic, your body is cleaner.
Everything's working in concert.
Works better. So these twists are wonderful for toning the abdominal organs.
Now, could this be something you do after you eat or before you eat?
Absolutely, especially, you could get right down on the floor after a big meal.
I'm loving it.
Why not? Why not?
Thanksgiving with a twist this year.
Exactly. Come back to the middle. Now we're going to roll up and sit. So come on up and sit. Now cross your ankles. How does that feel?
Great. The process of rolling up did something for us too. Is that right?
On your spine. We're talking about reducing stress as well. And when you're tight, when you're tense, when you're really overwhelmed, then your whole body responds to that, including your digestive organs. Everything kind of closes down.
So the more loose you are, the easier it is.
Always. So if you just think about breathing even, deep abdominal breathing, that will also help you to quiet your mind, reduce the stress, and help to relieve any digestive disorders.
Love it.
Feels
Sheila,
good.
thank you. So later in the show, you're going to tell us how sleeping can be aided by a few yoga moves.
Absolutely, same thing.
Now,
Natural remedies.
Serious business? This is going to help us? All right, I'm going to be sleeping much more soundly this weekend. Welcome back to Mass P. We're back with Sheila from Heart Song Yoga in East Longmeadow. Earlier we were talking about how our yoga could help us digest better. Now we're talking, and this is shocking to me, if I practice a little bit of yoga, I'm sleeping better at night?
Absolutely. People who come to yoga practice on a regular basis sleep better at night.
Now why is that?
Well, because the things that keep us awake at night usually are the thinking, planning, organizing, racing mind.
Yes.
And so then you start to get a little nervous, a little anxious, and you don't sleep. Then you get up in the morning, you haven't slept, so you're nervous and you're anxious
and
and
it's
worried.
a cycle that just never stops.
Vicious cycle, absolutely. So the yoga practice can help you to learn how to quiet the mind, just like we talked about for digestion.
Yeah.
Getting a little less stressed, a little less worried.
And maybe not only does it help your noodle, but if you have some aches and pains, you're thinking about them as you're going to sleep, or if I can't sleep on my side, you're getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So if you stretch out a little bit, maybe you can sleep easier.
Yes, and so a lot of people do experience pain at night, so this helps to maybe alleviate some of that. I'm thinking about summertime, vacation time. That can mess with your digestion, like we talked about before, foods we don't normally eat. But maybe we're traveling, our sleep cycle's off, we're sleeping in an unfamiliar bed or place.
Hotel pillows or sheets.
Yeah, so you can think all night long, I'll never get to sleep, I'll never get to sleep. So
So this is a way that can help you a little bit. So why don't we get started? What's the first thing that we should do?
Well, why don't we go onto our hands and knees this
Hands and
time.
knees, okay.
Yep, okay. So this little sequence is called cat and dog stretches.
This pose, is this the tabletop pose?
Tabletop,
is that right?
correct.
So this starting pose, tabletop pose. Just, I want to be hip with the kids
It's
and
good.
the lingo.
Tabletop pose. And some people have tender knees, so they have to put cushions or some kind of a pad underneath their knees.
But that's okay, because it's not about sweating like crazy. It's about being relaxed and comfortable.
And some of the things that we do this morning, if you're doing them at home, then what you do is take longer and be very slow and relaxed with it.
Perfect.
Okay?
Sounds good
So
to
think
me.
about loosening up the spine. You want to lift your gaze, your eyes look up, lift your tailbone behind you. This is called a dog stretch. And then you tuck your chin and you pull your hips forward and you arch your back and pull your belly in. That's a cat curl. So I'm just going to kind of like an angry cat, right? So like an angry Halloween cat. Now look up, inhale, and lift your tailbone up, your back, and then dip, right?
Okay.
And then round again.
Now I feel like a poised dog.
You are. That's exactly
from
what.
Poised dog to Halloween cat.
Halloween cat. So it's cat, dog, curls, right? Slow. Go really slow. And then you breathe and connect breath and movement. All right.
So hold this connect breath and movement thing. Take me through this. I'm supposed to breathe.
So I'm going to say inhale and
lift
your eyes and lift your backside so that you do the dog stretch. Good. Now exhale and curve your spine and pull your tummy in. So you completely release the breath.
I get you.
Right? And then inhale, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone.
Poised dog.
Yep. And then exhale, curve, and tuck your chin. You got it.
Scared Halloween cat.
Nice. And then stay right there and just think about the spine. It's the house of the nervous system, your central nervous system.
Okay.
It starts the process of letting go of the thoughts, the stories of the day. So the next thing you're going to do is come to a neutral back, all right? So your back is just nice and neutral.
Okay.
Put your big toes together behind you and bring your knees a little bit apart, just a little. Set your hips back. This is child's pose. You can put your hands stacked, one over the other, and put your head down.
Now, I think it should know, child's pose, it seems relaxing, but you're getting a lot of stretching.
It's a lot of work. So again, we're moving all along the length of the spine, opening up the shoulders. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the shoulders and upper back. A lot of times the shoulders squeeze up like this and get tight. So you're stretching out the shoulders, stretching out the low back, and then you're also relaxing in your belly, soothing the belly.
So, might help the digestion too.
It would. This would be a posture that would. And you'll see there's a little theme here that these movements of forward bending, backward bending. Yes, and so all the different systems of the body are enhanced through our practices.
So Sheila, what's up next?
Let's twist.
Okay.
So come into a seated position, just something comfortable.
And everybody can be doing this with us at home.
Yep. So not everyone can sit cross-legged. You might have to have your legs stretched out. And we did this in chairs months
I remember
ago,
that. So
right?
there are, if you don't feel comfortable, you can always feel comfortable because there's always modifications you can make.
There's always a modification.
So if I were to do it the modified way, it's maybe
Same
something like
thing,
this?
yes, yes. Or some people have one leg, you know, the one that got hit in softball.
Yes.
That one.
You might be speaking about my leg.
Right. So if you're sitting like this, take your left hand and put it on your right knee.
Did I do that right?
No,
Nope.
the other left.
Left and right are difficult for me, especially on television.
And then bring your right hand behind you. Now look over your right shoulder, right? So you're squeezing, you're twisting, you want to keep the breath even and smooth. And again, it's that idea of bringing in actually the relaxation response.
Well, that's the thing.
It
Not only are you stretching, you're combining the two, breath and stretch, and then you relax, and then we're going to sleep in the evening.
Exactly. So it prepares you for your night's sleep. You do the other side.
Well, Sheila, unfortunately, we're out of time, but maybe what we should do, we should head out to East Hampton, where Ashley is doing some building. So now I'm going to toss it back to Ashley.